Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 6th. We're going to jump right in here. You have this right path card that says you're on the right path, keep moving forward. You also have this card that says use your voice. Could be very lucrative for you. So if you do anything using your voice, obviously you're on the right path. I think you're on the right path in general. Yeah, you have the Three of Pentacles as your first card, and Three of Pentacles is a card of like showing your work, and it's a card of quality work as well. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be starting to get recognized for the work that you do, whatever that is. And I think the Three of Pentacles, of course, is the best card for that. For any work that you do. I think that you need to start having more fun as well, which, I don't know, I'm pretty sure this has come up for you before, but, this lady right here, she has polka dots on her cloak, and polka dots in the tarot kind of represent needing to have more fun or do things that you enjoy more in your life. I also do get like a weird energy here, Aquarius, of like comparing, sometimes, not always, actually I barely ever say this, but sometimes I look at the Three of Pentacles as like comparing in a relationship, as in either you or a person you're dealing with is comparing the other person to other people, if that makes sense. And we have the Knight of Wands right next to it. So again, if you've had like an inconsistent person in your energy as far as a person is concerned, this person, if we look at the end here as well with the Empress, it looks like you're valuing yourself more. So even if someone is comparing you to other people, or, it's like, this is the, sometimes I look at this card as someone who's like, kind of like saying, all these other people do this for their spouse or their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And, but you don't do it. It's like, this comparing energy, right? And I feel like some of you have dealt with that, and you could be moving past it here. You're valuing yourself more, which is great. I think everybody should do that, right? I think everybody should be valuing themselves in relationships or in whatever it is that they are doing. This could be in work as well. Basically, it could be like a boss comparing you to other people, or putting, bigger burdens on you. I don't know. I'm getting something weird about that. You have the Queen of Swords, though, and she has her hand out to the King of Pentacles here. So it's almost like you are looking at value, or you're looking at the value that you bring to a situation. And there's something important about this. I'm not sure exactly what. Yeah, although, again, I think when we kind of recognize our own value, or we start to value ourselves, that's when we start to get what we deserve, right? So, I think that this could be you standing up for your value, and kind of like what you bring to the table, not just in love, but in work, in business, in what you earn. The other thing that I would say to you with that Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords to that King of Pentacles there is that, like, if you're doing things, if you're working on, projects or businesses or anything like that, and you're not getting anything out of them, then you are not valuing yourself, basically. And I do feel that there could be some sort of change. You have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords also has polka dots on his cloak, so whenever I have both cards, I definitely know that the person I'm reading for needs to have more fun, or needs to do things that they enjoy more, or needs to do something that brings them more joy in their life. And I definitely feel that for you in this reading. The Seven of Swords is also a card of tactics, and it really encourages you to be efficient. And just looking at the astrology, I think there's tons of stuff in the astrology going on that is asking people to focus on efficiency and making sure that everything you work on in your life is the most efficient way to do things. I think if you're doing things that are inefficient, then you're going to kind of be choking yourself off. So the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. He's like stealing those swords from an army in the background, and it just says, make sure you're doing things in the most efficient way possible so that you can be the most successful. You have this Great Fortune and Great Water card coming up next. So there's clearly like a better flow, or there's clearly like better earnings or something coming in for you. Let's see. And you're on the right path with that right path card. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, I think you're moving on from something. Or you're thinking about moving on from something that just isn't pulling its weight in your life, whether that's a person, or for most of you, I actually am kind of thinking that this has to do with work in value, as in, you do a certain amount of work for something, but it's like maybe when you run the numbers, you're basically not, it's not providing the amount of energy that you put into it. And so I think that some of you could be moving away from something. With the Queen of Swords, you have the King of Wands here. I want to see what else is going on, but King of Wands could be love. And again, you could be valuing yourself more in love, which could be the thing, when we value ourselves more in love and we don't stay in a relationship that isn't working, for example, and things like that, then we tend to attract something that's better. Again, I always the number one question I used to get all the time in readings was, should I leave this person? And my answer was always yes. If you are thinking like, oh, should I leave this person? The answer is yes, plain and simple. You're already thinking about it. You're already thinking about leaving it. So that probably you want to leave the situation or something isn't right. And I kind of get that feeling here. And what I would also say, though, is that I kind of do feel this is a new person. So there could be like a fire sign coming in for you. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords kind of says do your research. I've been seeing the Page of Swords a lot nowadays, and I believe we're in a time of curiosity. So I think anything, the more curious we can be in looking in, kind of like doing research, looking into different ways of working or looking at different ways to bring more value into our lives, the more we do that, the more successful we're going to be, obviously. And I kind of feel like that's where this reading is heading. I just see a lot here about value. So I think that the key word for you this week is value. And even, right next to it, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what I'm doing worth all the time, effort, energy, work that I put into it? Or is there something that would be more worth it? Even we go up to the Six of Pentacles here, pretty much the same thing. And even the Empress. The Empress, when you think about it, she is like low effort, right? And that does not mean you're not putting in effort. But she's already done all the work. So all she has to do is wave that scepter and the wheat in front of her will grow. So it kind of says like there are things in your life, maybe it's not going to be as easy as waving a scepter, but there are definitely, I think, things that you can do in your life that are more efficient, that aren't a waste of time, that will increase your earnings, bring you love, whatever. You have this great water card. It says yearnings, dreams, wishes, goals abroad. You have this great fortune card. It says good luck, triumph, happiness, ease, reward for your effort. Yeah, there you go. And it also says fulfillment on it, which, the Empress I always look at as kind of a card of fulfillment as well. She is in a position of fulfillment, and she has been fulfilled in life. So I feel like there's a lot you could be doing to feel more fulfilled, feel like you're enjoying life more, feel like you're getting more out of life. All that stuff kind of is coming up in this reading for you. You have the Knight of Wands here. I'm wondering if you have dealt with a person that really didn't bring much value, speaking of value, or if you have dealt with a person who is kind of like always comparing to other things. This could be a very subtle thing as well for you, Aquarius. This could be a person who, it's like maybe they always think like, I don't have a good example, but it's like maybe they're always judging other people. Maybe they're always saying like this person should do this person should do that. But if they took like 2 seconds to focus on their own life, maybe their life would get better. So, I think you could be dealing with a person who has like no internal locus. They don't have that internal voice that says like, I have to be the one that changes, right? And that's kind of the energy I get here. I feel like maybe you're moving on to people who, they understand that they have to be the one to change. They can't change other people. And I get that energy big time on the Knight of Wands. You have the King of Pentacles here, probably my favorite card here for you for whatever reason. Every once in a while when I do a reading, a card will stand out to me as being like, the most important card in the reading. And I would say in your reading, it's the King of Pentacles. I feel this is saying, King of Pentacles, let's put it this way. King of Pentacles is long-term stability. And he's also like long-term security as well. So if you could do things in your life to bring more long-term security, long-term stability, I think that would be great for you. He has these grapes on his cloak, and I always say that, grapes, they require a great deal of skill to grow, and in the tarot, they represent something that is hard to grow, and so he is able to do something that is kind of like hard to do. And it basically says that maybe you have a talent, gift, skill, or ability that could lead to a lot more success or abundance, but you have to be the one to kind of like put the work in to make things happen. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So like I said, I feel that you're very focused on what you get out of a situation and, how you can maybe increase what you get out of situations. He has a lot of experience. He's grown those pentacles, but he's kind of like ready for something new. He's ready to grow something new. He's kind of analyzing the Seven Pentacles and he's saying, is it worth it for me to keep working on this, or is there something better? And, I kind of feel this reading is saying that there's something better coming for you. Great fortune, the great water card here. There's something that's going to have a much better, a much more, I think the end of that card says positive outcome. So there's something that has a much more positive outcome coming in for you as well. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Regrets, sadness. You could be dealing with a past person with the Ten of Swords here who has regrets, but, it's like you already gave this a chance if this is a past person. I also always look at the Five of Cups as needing to let go of, spilt milk, basically. He's got that spilt wine in front of him. But when he turns around, he sees two cups in this bridge in this castle. And the bridge and the castle kind of represent, safety, security, comfort, protection. There's probably plenty of cups inside of the castle, plenty of things for him to drink. So, I think it's always worth it to be grateful for what you have with the Five of Cups. And to kind of like look for something different, right? Are you kidding? With the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Boom, there you go. King and Queen of Pentacles are a perfect match, of course. I love them together. To me, they are two people who really want to work on something. So for those of you that want love, I think this could be a solid connection. Even if you don't, and even if you do want love, for all of you, I feel that a lot of you are clearly very focused on increasing your resources, and I feel like you are very focused on making sure that you get more than you put into a situation out, or at least equal. So in work and business, I think that there are clearly opportunities here for you to like level up, or there could be opportunities here for you to make more money, or it's like, or even just to be more efficient. It's like if you could cut the amount of time in half that you work on like a side hustle or a project or something, but get the same result, that would be awesome. And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. You have a choice to make. Traditionally, the Lovers was the choice, and it literally just represented a choice or a decision or a path that you have to go down. So I feel like you have an important decision to make. The Lovers, I will say this, like the Lovers always tells me to pick the new path, right? I always look at the Lovers and I'm like, okay, pick the new thing. This side is like burnt and dead. This side is like living and different. This is your higher self angel. And I kind of feel like your higher self angel is guiding you in this direction here towards, and this way as well, towards fulfillment, abundance and fulfillment. This way here towards fairness, something that's more equal give and take, something that has a better flow to it. As well, we see that great water card, and I just feel that you could have more flow. I feel like you could have something in your life that's less friction, and I do think that definitely I think air signs are probably working on friction. Anything that slows you down, anything that gets in your way. You have this unlocking solutions. It says, through compromise, you will create the successful outcome you're hoping for. You have this deeply rooted in love. It says, something is emerging from depths of your innermost desires. So I feel like there are things that you desire in life, and you just need to go for it, whatever it is. Could be a person, could be better business, could be work, could be your health, whatever. I think that working on it would be a good idea. Six of Pentacles is kind of like a card of compromise, and you have this card of compromise right here. And I don't think these are like compromises as in you're not going to get what you want, but I think that there could be some moments where maybe you have to compromise like a little bit of your own time, like especially if you're, like, let's say you have a side hustle, and it's working, but you still have to work your job. It's like maybe just a little bit more effort in your side hustle would let you quit your job, and then you would only be working like 20 hours a week, right? So it's kind of like that type of compromise that I get here. Same thing with like if you're trying to get healthy, maybe you have to quit pizza like I did, right? I just want to eat pizza every single day, and don't give me the cauliflower pizza BS. Cauliflower is garbage. Cauliflower belongs in the garbage, right? So I would say no. But what I would say here is maybe there's a sacrifice you have to make, like pizza, right? You have the Ten of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. Ten of Swords says that something is dead, done, over with in your life. I feel like I don't even think you're worried about whatever this is. Like if it's a relationship, I think it's dead, and you're just ready for new blessings. He's making a symbol right here, and it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card, and it just represents blessings. So I feel that there's kind of like a little bit of a blessing. I also have a weird message popping into my head as well. Like if you went through a breakup like a year, 2, 3 years ago or whatever, it's like I think now, 2, 3 years later, you are seeing the blessing in disguise. It's like you're seeing how if you ended up with this person, how your life would be different. And I think you're kind of putting things into perspective. When I first put this card down, right here, it says the power of purpose, but it, like in my head, I saw it as the power of perspective. So I kind of do feel I feel like purpose is going to be important in this reading, but I also feel that it's saying that purpose or that perspective is also important. You have the Four of Swords. I feel like you've been going through healing. I feel like you've been going through these healing changes. This is another card of blessings, by the way. There's a person right here blessing another person in that window. And we could say that he is hoping and praying to receive some blessings in his life. So I do feel that there are like blessings, or there is some sort of blessing coming in for you. You have the Nine of Cups. I kind of feel like you're in alignment with something. Your life has changed, and maybe even over the last year, you are recognizing the changes that you've made and how you've changed as a person. I think that there are people in your life who might not understand the changes. There might be people in your life who don't understand the direction you're going in, but that could be like a little bit of a good thing. I kind of get this. It's kind of funny because I get this little bit of a black sheep energy going on here, where maybe you're feeling like it, not bad. Like I feel like your friends are still there for you, your family's still there for you, of course, but maybe you feel like a little bit of an outsider here. But the thing about him is that, like, yeah, maybe he's an outsider right now. He's alone sitting on this card, but I think that everybody's going to be coming to you. There's two ways to read the Nine of Cups. Well, there's several, but he's got these 9 cups behind him. You could say that he's making a wish, he's being fulfilled, just all that stuff. But you could also say that he is a barkeep, and he has all these cups behind him, and he is the one that's going to be giving those cups out. So I kind of feel like in the future, people are going to be coming to you with their hand out with that 9 of Cups. And, I think you are going to be the one that is deciding like who to give to, right? With the Ten of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. Like I said, comparing, juggling, all that other stuff. Two of Pentacles could be a compromise as well. And it's funny because Two of Pentacles would be like work hard, play hard, but it could also say that you're spreading yourself thin, kind of. Although I don't really feel that in your reading. I mean, maybe some of you are, but I just get that feeling of like needing to work on multiple things, or trying to balance 2 things out. Like I said, like a job in a side hustle, or having a career and starting a family, or something like that. It's like you're trying to balance 2 things. With the Four of Swords, here you go. You have the Emperor right here. I'm telling you right now, if you have your eye on a person, I think this could definitely be your person. Emperor and Empress. This could be, divine counterparts. You have the Lovers going this way. I would say it's like a very driven but fair person, because we go up to the Six of Pentacles. So maybe you're worried. I don't know. I just get this worry that, let's put it this way, Aquarius. If you're interested in a person, I feel this could be a very busy person, but maybe you're worried this person won't have time, or won't put in the effort or whatever. But I think this person has more than enough to give. With the Nine of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Definitely a very intuitive time. And I think that your intuition could be heightened. Your intuition could be guiding you into mystery, especially with the Page of Swords also showing up in your reading. And the High Priestess says we have to explore the mysteries so we can discover answers. And I kind of feel that with the High Priestess as well. But, that looks really good. I kind of feel like you're being intuitively led towards a person, so, go for it. You have this Body and Soul card and this Power Purpose card. Like I said, I think perspective is going to be very important for you, but I also feel that you could be, I think that you are kind of on your purpose. I think that a lot of you are discovering things to work on, bigger projects to work towards, things that you want to manifest in your life. You're like creating more of those things, and I like it. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Moon, and the the Empress. I get this feeling of saying, like, why didn't I do this sooner? That's kind of the energy that I get off the Six of Pentacles. So some of you might be, if you're starting something, new relationship, new business, or if it doesn't even have to be new. Maybe you're just being more efficient. I kind of feel that you're saying to yourself, like, why didn't I try to put this energy into this thing sooner? Why didn't I get this started sooner? But, whatever, right? But something is really, really good. You have the Moon. The Moon in the good stuff would actually represent getting clarity. So if you haven't had clarity on something that you desire in your life, this could be you getting a great deal of clarity, or understanding things on a new level. And I kind of feel that with the Moon card. You have the Empress. The Empress is like a lot of abundance and success coming in for you. So I feel that for a lot of you that you could be increasing your abundance, of course. I also feel that there could be some like financial rewards coming in for you at this time. So, for a lot of you, this abundance that you could be manifesting could have a lot to do with like rewards, or, could have a lot to do with like your earnings and things like that. So I do see you kind of having a harvest here at this time, or you're kind of like increasing your harvest in your life, which also, makes sense based off of what's going on in this reading. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Two Wands. Yeah, it's like, I feel like you're going to have to take the lead on something here. So, again, if you're interested in a person, maybe you have to like flirt with them or something. The Two Wands, like leaving a comfort zone or stepping outside of a comfort zone. And I definitely feel that here with the Two Wands. Like, I feel like it's like you have to step outside of some sort of comfort zone to get what you want. And again, this could be financial as well. I definitely feel that. Like, again, if you have to, if you're working a job and you want to turn your side hustle into a business, you're going to have to put in more work, obviously. So I kind of feel that. With the Moon, you have the Justice card. So I feel like you are creating more balance in your life with the Justice card. We see that several times here. Here. It looks to me like you're balancing things out, or you're creating more balance in your life. With the Empress, you have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I mean, do I need to say it? This right here, perfect connection, especially after some sort of disappointment. If you had a disappointment in love over the past couple of years, I think you could be, kind of attracting a person who is definitely not a disappointment. And remember, we were talking about flow in this reading as well. And it seems to me like, even outside of love, the Ace of Cups can represent getting into a better flow or creating a better flow in your life. Yeah, you have this Idealism card, which is the Sun in Aquarius, by the way, this card. So I feel for a lot of you that you're getting into more ideal situations. As I always say, nothing is perfect in life, but I feel like you're getting into situations in your life that are kind of like a little bit more perfect, I guess you could say. You have this Submission card. This card says you could be set free much sooner than you think, kind of like the Eight of Swords. There's this bird that's in this cage and the cage door is open. So I feel like you could be free much sooner than you think, or you are more free than you think. So Eight of Swords, right? You have this Negotiation card. There you go. Compromise. There is a compromise that needs to be made here, but I think it's more with yourself, some sort of little sacrifice, like sacrificing watching Netflix so you can work on your project, or, something like that. That's more of the energy that I get off of the reading itself. You have this Harmony card. I think this is what's in store for you, is like peace and harmony. If it's love, I think that there's a relationship that will bring you a lot of peace and, stability and harmony. And that's really what I see here with this energy. So that looks really, really good. You have this Fulfillment card as well. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of fulfillment. We see a ton of fulfillment coming in here. Ace of Cups, Empress. There's a bunch of other stuff here. So very fulfilling reading, but pretty simple stuff, Aquarius. I like it. I feel like you're on the right path, and I feel like you're heading towards something very fulfilling. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.